See, I got me an idea, and I'ma put it to work, and I'ma gauge my progress by the sign of the word. Now I ain't yet a success, but yes, the word that I stress, cause by the time you hear...
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for 10 episodes. That's right. This right here is the 11th episode of Make It Happen Mondays. Listen, I hope you've been rocking with me for this whole time. You know what I'm saying? This is why I always be saying, join the movement. You know what I'm saying? We got you with 10 episodes. This is 11 episodes strong right now on Make It Happen Mondays, right? We got morning motivations hitting you up with whether if it's messages or me actually giving you a little insight to just being positive. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to carry you throughout the whole entire week, and we're going to keep doing this. We're going to perpetuate positivity, right? That's what perpetuate is. It's just keep it going and going and going. I'm hoping that you liking these episodes. I'm hoping you liking the morning motivations. I'm hoping you sharing. I'm hoping you click subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And listen, notice you ain't never seen no commercial, right? You seeing these perpetuate positivity, my Watch Me Make It Happen shirts. Notice I ain't selling them. It's just another way that I can put forth this message and perpetuate positivity. You know what I'm saying? So check it out. Today we talking about your internal motivation, right? I mean, we always know about motivation, right? This is what I do, right? I'm a motivator, you know what I'm saying? I remember my sister one time, we went over to one of these indoor rock gyms, you know what I'm saying? And this is before I started doing any of this. This is actually one of the reasons why I started doing this type stuff. That she was climbing that rock and she almost quit. I'm like, nah, chill, don't quit. You my sister, you're Rivera. You know, whatever I was saying and stuff, right? And I meant it though, you know what I mean? I'm genuine with what it is that I say. And she climbed all the way to the top. She came back down, she's like, yo, you should be a motivational speaker, right? Hey, you know what? This is part of the reasons why, right? That and a whole bunch of other stories that I'll end up telling you about. But anyway, that example that I just gave you right there, when I was sitting there and I was cheering her on and I was letting her know about herself in a positive way, that's external motivation, right? That's looking from outside of you to motivate you to do something, right? What do you do when that ain't there? What do you do when there's nobody there to tell you, hey, good job. Hey, keep it going. Hey, just a little bit more. What do you do? What do you do when it's only you and inside of your mind and that's it? You know what I'm saying? What do? You got to look inside. I've done 3 triathlons. Now check this out. Like I said, I'm not like an official triathlete, right? I mean, I guess you could say I am because I did 3 triathlons, right? But I'm not like professional. By any stretch of the imagination, I'm not a professional, right? I mean, I finished like either middle of the pack or a little bit below middle of the pack in all 3 of my races, right? But again, I won. I succeeded in every one because my only goal was to finish and be all right. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to kill the game. I was killing the game by being all right. Knowing, listen, I trained myself. You know what I'm saying? I did it for charity. I did it for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, right? Shout out to them. And they actually provide trainers, and I didn't have time. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Just because I couldn't make the schedule and the events that they have for training, no excuses. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it, and I did it. I trained myself, and I didn't do half bad. You know what I'm saying? As far as overall rankings, but I did phenomenal in terms of myself and my own goals and hitting the marks that I wanted to hit. Right? So success. See what I'm saying? So anyways. What is it that you do when it's not there? Listen, all that's got to start right in the beginning, right? We already talked about clearly defining your why. See what I'm saying? What is it that you're even doing it for? You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Leukemia Lymphoma Society did a pretty good job because what they did is they gave me a sponsor. They gave me a hero, somebody who I can look at who was actually going through those type of cancers, and they would send me updates. So like when my legs were hurting because I was running too much, think of that person. You know what I'm saying? Think about all the pains and suffering that person's going through, and they have no choice in the matter. So instead of hitting that snooze button or shutting the alarm clock off, they gave you a why, right? So again, what is your why in your life? You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as that race was over, as soon as I think it was like maybe like 4 or 5 months of training, as soon as that race was over, where's the motivation at now to keep working out, right? Where's that motivation at? For yourself to keep working out just through life? Where's that motivation to save that money? Where's that motivation to be safe? Where's that motivation to do better at your job, right? It comes from in here and it comes from in here. And that's all mind state. That's your mindset. That's your internal dialogue that you be having with yourself. I talked to you before about promises, right? And keeping a promise with yourself. Because if you can't keep a promise with yourself, you can't keep a promise with other people. That's where it starts, right? You got to be a person of your word to yourself. Then you got to think about the type of person that you want to be. You seen those memes, right? Or whatever that say, I want to be the type of person that my dog thinks I am. You know what I'm saying? And they show a dog looking like, looking at you, whatever. I want to be amazing. I want to be phenomenal. I want to be better than anybody else in whatever it is that I'm doing. Now listen, I understand. Some people be like, oh, you a positive thinker. I'm a realist. No, I'm a realist too. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't going to sit there and strive for mediocre. I ain't going to strive for all right. I ain't going to strive for well as long as I'm okay. That ain't what I'm striving for. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, I go past the target. I'm aiming past the target. If I hit the target, cool. Right? In the military, they say that if you're early, you're on time. You're on time, you're late. If you're late, don't bother showing up. Right? Again, you going past the marker. Early is on time. You see what I'm saying? The marker is on time, but we planning to be early. That way we are on time. You see what I'm saying? I want to be the best at whatever it is I do. I know I told you a few episodes ago about how when I was a stock person, I was just trying to kill the game and being a stock person. You see what I'm saying? When I was doing anything, when I was a newspaper delivery boy, when I was like 11, or I forget how old I was, but when I was super young, I wanted to be the best delivery boy there was. When people would come out and be like, hey, son, you know what I'm saying? I want the paper to be blah, blah, blah. Or, how about you come to me first and I'll hook you up with an extra tip. I was like, bet. And I would write it down. I'll make sure that happened. I wanted to deliver. I wanted to be the best. So that's where it starts at. You see what I'm saying? Check this out. They got these annual reviews and stuff like that at jobs and stuff where it determines what your bonus is. It determines what your raise is and all that stuff, right? Sometimes you don't get what it is that you're looking for. What happens then? I'm telling you what, that happened to me. I ended up getting phenomenal, right? I ain't gonna get into the details of what it is that I got, but I got something that was good. Just in my mind, I should have got better. And I can actually have a educated discussion as to why that is. And I did. I was having that discussion throughout the entire year. You know what I'm saying? With my superior, with my boss, right? And we was on the same page the whole time. We was on the same page the whole time. Everything was like, yup, I'm killing the game like this. And listen, I was a little bit brutal. I'm like, this person, they good at this, that, and the other thing, but I'm better because of this. This person here, this person got skills here and here, but I'm better because of this. And not just I'm better like, oh, I'm a better person, or, oh, by the way, I'm super good looking. Nothing like that. I was giving measurable facts and figures that can be tested and actually debated, and they would have found out that I was 100% correct. And I would do that. I would do the research. I'd get the graphs. I'd get the spreadsheets, and I put it all out there. I'd be like, here's the reason why, right? At the end of the day, they cut it right even across the whole team. You know what I mean? So everybody just got the same thing. I was like, oh, word, okay. All right. Now listen, that right there, that could have been a punch in the face right there. That could have been like, stop. You don't need to perform no more. All you got to do is find out who the best performer is, who the worst performer is, and rise someplace in the middle, right? Some people would do that. And I tell you what, some people would probably succeed in doing so. The next year would probably come and they'd be right in the middle and they'd get the same thing. You see what I'm saying? But see, the difference is it started with me a long time ago. And whether if it started with you, I believe it started with you a long time ago too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be checking out these videos. It started a long time ago. You got this feeling inside that you are better, that you can do better. You have this internal drive, that you have this vision of who it is that you are, of the type of work it is that you do, of the places that you need to go, right? And externally, listen, that's great. You know what I'm saying? If my man would have hooked me up with way higher percentage than everybody else, and I would have been great. If he would have told me every day, yo, you killing the game, and pat me on my back and stuff, sure, all of those things feel good, right? But that's extra. That's the extra. That's like the extra whipped cream on top of the hot chocolate, right? You don't need it. You can make the bomb hot chocolate without no whipped cream. You know what I'm saying? But it makes it better, right? I don't need all of that. It's all great. You know what I'm saying? It is all great, but it's not needed. So what you need to do is you need to start listening to yourself. That's that positive self-talk, right? Them positive incantations, telling yourself that I am the greatest. I can do better. Having a process on top of that, right? Because you can sit here and talk to yourself all day, looking at yourself in the mirror like, damn, you look good. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter if you ain't got no plan, if you ain't got no process put in place to be able to follow that plan so that you can reach your goals. You see what I'm saying? It's all incremental. And you got to stick with it. What do you do when you are working hard and you don't see a change? But you got a process. That's the key. Make sure you got a process that you following. Make sure you got markers along the way so that you can measure yourself against them markers and see, all right, am I making the progress that's needed? Maybe you hit a plateau and okay, maybe there's a little bit of adjustment you need to do, right? But what do you do? What do you do when you running on that treadmill and you ain't getting no faster? What do you do when you pushing that weight up and you can't get no more, not even an extra 2.5 pound plate? That's when you start talking to yourself. That's when you need to be able to find that quiet place within inside of you, right? And you need to wake up that lion. You need to wake up that bear that's inside you. You need to let it know, like, you ready? Let's get it. And you start talking to yourself. That positive self-talk is what's going to happen, right? People say it's the law of attraction. I don't care what you call it. I pray to God too. I think it's the law of attraction. I think it's praying to God. I think it's good mojo. I think it's sending positive vibes out with good out, good in, good out, all of that stuff, right? I don't care what it is you believe, but it takes positivity. And that's the reason why we got this perpetuate positivity right here on my chest, because that's what we need to do, is we need to be positive to ourselves. The more that we can talk to ourselves in a positive way, the more that we can actually put plans into actions and follow a process. It don't matter what everybody else says. It don't matter what everybody else says. It don't matter if you're doing something and you fail a little bit, because failure really isn't failing if you learn from it, right? You either win or you learn. Keep it going, because inside you know you're a champion. Inside you know that you got this in the bag. And I'm telling you right now, you need to be real with yourself, because sometimes those failures or sometimes those external rewards don't come because you ain't doing 100%. Yeah, I know right now a lot of people just shut it off. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people just said, I ain't listening to this no more. But you need to be true with yourself. You need to be taking internal inventory of yourself and make sure that you at least giving 100%. Because too many people out there giving like 25, 45%, and they swearing up and down that they should be getting 100% reward. You will not get a reward that is higher than the effort that you put in. You hear what I'm saying? Feel me on this. You will not get a reward that is at a higher percent than the effort that you put in. If you put in 35, 45, you better count on maybe like a 20% return. You see what I'm saying? If you need to put in at least 100% to be able to get that return. Listen, I think I'll push this point home enough, right? Here's the thing, is you need to understand that everything in life, you ain't going to be getting them external forms of positive reinforcement. You're not going to be able to get always, somebody patting you on the back. You ain't necessarily going to get the reward that you was looking for. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just grind it out time. Sometimes it's just, I got to put in the work, and then I got to put in the work, and then I got to put in the work, right? But keep it going. Let me be that external positive reinforcement for you right now. You can, because you are a champion. You are a beast. You are killing the game. Keep it going. If you don't have a process, come up with a process. I know everybody got a dream. Come up with a plan to achieve that dream. And think about who that person is who's already achieved that dream. And become that person. What does that person do when that person wakes up in the morning? What's the next thing that person does? Now all of a sudden you got yourself a plan and a process. You see what I'm saying? Check it out. I hope this inspired you. I hope that this motivated you. I hope that you find this worthy enough to be able to continue to subscribe to this and check these out every Monday morning, right? My name is Pablo Rivera. Perpetuate positivity. And watch me make it happen.
On my shoulders when I'm in motion, I'm focused, thoroughly thought of my plans and the execution. You notice, ain't no time to think about it, only time to react. Your intuition under pressure, weigh you down on your back. I scribble thoughts in my palm, I'll see you when I get home. Organize my innovation.